This is Module 2, Lesson 16, Concept Development. So our objective today is to use divide by 10 patterns for multi-digit whole number division. So we're using only whole numbers. We have no decimals or fractions, and we're just simply going to divide. So let me show you how I want you to show me these problems today, okay? This is how you were going to show me in the problem set. And okay. All right. So if I had 400, 2 10s, and 0 1s, remember when we multiply, our arrows are going in this direction because it's getting 10 times bigger, 100 times bigger, 1,000 times bigger, right? Well, this time now we're going to divide by 10. So now we're going to move it one time the other direction because now it's becoming 10 times smaller, right? So now our 4 ends up here, our 2 ends up here, and our 0 ends up here. Now, another way you could show it would be like here's 100, here's 100, here's 100, here's 100. Okay. Here's a 10, and here's a 10. And if you divide by 10, you're going to end up moving it over and end up with 42. If you divide by 10, we're going to get rid of it, and it moves all the numbers over. Okay? Yes? So 420 divide by 10 equals 42. Got it? All right, let's move down to 1600 divided by 100. So if we have 1, 6, 0, 0, and now we're going to divide by 100. We're going to move our numbers how many times? Show me with your fingers. Show me with your fingers. How many times are you going to move your numbers? Very much. That's right, you guys, 2 times. So now we're going to move it once, twice, once, twice, once, twice, once, twice. So now we have 16.00, right? So now 1600 is 100 times less. So 1600 is 100 times less. It's 100 times smaller. Yes? So you could do it by putting little discs in here and moving the discs if you want, or you can just use the numbers. It's up to you. So let's write the equation. 1600 divide by 100 equals 16. Yes? All right, here we go. Moving on. Now we have 24,000 divided by 600. So we can use, so we're going to rewrite, let's rewrite this as 24,000 divided by 100 divided by 6, right? Okay, that's another way. Is we're multiplying, dividing. Remember, you can expand it and you can condense it. So let's write this in. Let's go 24,000. And let's divide by 100 and then divide by 6. So we're going to move it. How many times are we going to move our numbers? 2 times. Excellent. Okay, so I'm gonna just draw here's my tenths, here's my hundredths over here. So I'm gonna move this once, twice. 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 And I'm gonna move this once, twice. So my new number is 240, right? Now I have to divide by 6. 240 divided by 6. Well, we know 6 divided by 24 is 4. And we're going to just add the 0. Yes? Because our 0 is we're just going to divide and keep the 0, right? So let's explain the pattern. So right here, we can decompose 600 with 100 as a factor. Okay, you want to write this down. So 100 times 6 is 600. Let's rewrite. The problem. So 24,000 divided by 600 is 24,000 divided by 10. Divide by 100, divide by 6, right? So then we went and what is 24,000 divided by 100? And we said it was 240. Now, we divide by 6. 240 divided by 6 is 40. So, 24,000 divided by 600 equals 40. And if you think about it, if you think about these two factors, if you multiply them, you should come back to 24,000, right? So 4 times 6 would be 24, and you would have 3 zeros. Oh, look at that. We know we're correct. Yes, yes? All right. Last problem before we start our problem set. All right. We have 180,000 divided by 9,000. Now, you know I like to use the strategy. I just get rid of my zeros, right? And then 9 divided by 180 would be no. 9 divided by 18 would be 2, right? 20. That's right. Okay. So 1. So let's go 1, 8, 0, 1, 2, 3. Then we can, here's our tenths, here's our hundredths, Here's our thousands. So now we're going to divide by, we're going to move our decimal. We're going to move our zeros. We're going to move, well, yeah, essentially we're moving our decimal. So let's rewrite this really quick. 180,000. Let's first divide by 1,000, and then let's divide by 9. We can make our life real easy that way, right? So then we could just get rid of our 3 zeros, right? And then it'd be 180 divided by 9. But how many times are we going to move our number? 3 times, right? So is our number getting bigger or smaller?
Smaller.
Exactly. It's getting smaller by how many times?
3.
1,000 times, right? It's getting 1,000 times smaller. So we're going to move this 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. So we end up with 1, point, right? We end up with 180. But we're not done. We have to go 180 now. Divide by 9. So 9 goes into 18 how many times? 2, and with a 0 left over. So here we go. When you divide by 1,000 or 9,000, your number gets what? Smaller. And it'll get 9,000 times smaller, right?
Yes.
All right.